But we got some news. Yeah, we got some news to discuss.
Well, a protest in Harford County today after a judge decides to release a man charged with killing a woman in Bel Air 2 weeks ago.
The victim is transgender, and demonstrators are calling for the suspect to be locked up and face hate crime charges.
Well, WJZ investigator Mike Halgren, he's live at Baltimore's Safe Haven. That is one of the groups demanding justice in this case. Mike.
Denise, Vic, many in the community are outraged over the judge's decision to allow the suspect out on home monitoring, and they made their voices heard in front of a Harford County courthouse this morning. Protesters are demanding justice for Meghan Riley Lewis. She was shot and killed in the parking lot of her apartment complex last month by a man delivering food who misgendered her, calling her sir, leading to an argument.
Harford County is sending a message to LGBTQ folks at the end of the day that they're not giving out justice to transgender people.
I'm tired of us always having to say, remember this person, remember that person. Why? Enough.
Advocates with Maryland Safe Haven are outraged. A judge let the suspect, 47-year-old Brian Dellin, out of jail and is allowing him to remain free on his own recognizance.
This individual took a life. He took the life of someone who cared and someone who would treat him the same way that she would treat her own children. This needs to be investigated further. It is unconscionable that a person with a second-degree murder charge should be at liberty, and Meghan can't speak for herself.
Dellin's public defender says he acted in self-defense. He had a permit for the weapon used in the killing. The victim was unarmed. WJZ obtained a statement from the state's attorney, noting prosecutors requested Dellin be held without.
I want y'all to keep in mind that we have no real self-defense law in Maryland. If you commit a crime, especially a homicide in Maryland, and you attempt to use a self-defense defense in court, it's not promised to look good for you, but apparently it has worked in this case.
Without bail. As for any possible hate crime charge, prosecutors say they are working diligently with the Bel Air Police Department and the investigators assigned to this case, who are conducting a thorough investigation to examine all evidence and determine what additional charges are appropriate. The loss of any life in our community is devastating.
Not sure if you all caught that, but no, he has not been charged with a hate crime. I know that's become such a hot button issue. I know a lot of the anti-trans and the transphobics, you know, they've been talking about these hate crime laws. You know, the don't call me sis sisters. You know, the hate crime laws. You know, he has not been charged with a hate crime. And as I've said before, it's common for people who hurt trans people to not be charged with hate crimes. Same for gay people. Yeah. Free country.
How are you standing for LGBTQ folks here living in Harford County?
She fought for our safety, and now we've lost her. So the least we can do is fight for that.
And the next court hearing in this case is on January 25th. More from that demonstration coming up new at 5. For now, we're live at Baltimore Safe Haven. Mike Halgren, WJZ.
I'm hoping by sharing this story, honey, that it matters. I'm hoping by sharing this story because, you know, sometimes you have to put a white face on a story for it to matter. Baby, this is just the game that we have to play. This is just the game that we have to play. It's unfortunate, honey, baby. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a girl that likes to play a game, but this one ain't the one for me. This one ain't the one for me. He was delivering her food, misgendered her. They got into an argument, and then he popped her. He grabbed the strap and he pops her. in my opinion, I have the feeling, just a feeling, just an emotion. And also based on everything that I know about human behavior and the study of psychology. As I said before, I'll say it again, we have been dehumanized, and we are constantly dehumanized so much in the media with our presence and lack of presence, that it makes people feel comfortable taking us out as if we were just a rabid dog. This was somebody's mother. Dead ass. This was somebody's mother. And this was also an advocate for our community. Which is why Safe Haven, Aya, and all the kids, all the black kids were out there chanting for her. Because she has chanted for us, honey. Yes. We got to be serious again for a moment. We got to be serious again for a moment, honey. Baby. Another story.
Tonight, a man is facing charges for killing a transgender woman and dumping her body in the middle of a road in Opa-locka. The woman was found dead last May, but tonight her loved ones are getting some answers after a very long wait. NBC6 reporter Christian Colon joins us now live with the arrest details. Christian?
Yeah, Nedra Maz was shot in the head, and police are blaming a man that was already in prison for other unrelated criminal charges. Tonight, the friends and family of the victims are surprised and a little relieved. It's been a year-long fight for justice. 50-year-old Nedra Sequence Moss was killed May 14th, 2022.
Nedra was a very instrumental person in the community because Nedra helped a lot of people in the time of need. She was a very caring person.
Tatiana Williams says hearts were broken when Nedra's body was found in a pool of blood on the intersection of Northwest 32nd Ave and Northwest 132nd Terrace in Opa-locka. Today we learned 26-year-old Cornelius Bailey allegedly shot the woman in the head.
Sir, you were arrested for 1 count of murder, second-degree murder, and armed tampering with a victim.
Records show this man shot Nedra while she was inside her car. He then got in, drove away until he decided to leave the body in the middle of the road. After that, he allegedly abandoned the car somewhere else and threw the victim's phone in a storm drain.
He confessed to murdering the victim.
Now he's facing murder charges. Nedra's friends are feeling thankful.
You're excited, but it doesn't bring the individual back. But just to know that someone is working, that law enforcement was working to bring this person to justice, it feels good.
Williams says in a time where hate crimes are on the rise, it's important for criminals to be held accountable.
You don't always have to agree with how somebody chooses to live their life, if you may, but however, just have that compassion and respect for the individual as a human being.
And to be clear, police are not considering this case a hate crime. They say it was a random act of violence. As for the suspect, he was denied bond. In Miami tonight, Christian Colon, NBC6. And to be clear, police are not considering this case a hate crime. They say it was a random act of violence. As for the suspect, he was denied bond. In Miami tonight, Christian Colon, NBC6 News.
Y'all heard what Christian Colon said, didn't y'all? Christian Colon said that, honey, sir will not be getting charged with a hate crime. I know I posted that video with Kenzie talking about hate crimes with Tasha Conspiracy and all of that, honey. I got a few of y'all up in arms. Baby, honey, baby, I'm here to tell you. I brought it up for a reason. I stirred the pot for a reason. I just recently made a post on IG and TikTok about the white girls getting mad at me stirring the pot. But every time I stir the pot and every time the spoon make it around the pot full circle, them Caucasian ass hoes end up benefiting from it. Child, that's why I be trying to get the black community to stick together. That's why I be trying to get the Negroes to stick together. I think I'm going to have to remind the Negroes that we need to stick together. Random act of violence. Child, let's pray on it, honey.